Hello guys, and welcome to the new episode of Visual Storytelling Musings, which is from now on the title for this podcast. Today I want to talk to you guys about the power of attaching a number to your projects. You see, this podcast started as a little bit challenge. I wanted to record myself once every working day, and there's the number one. Every working day to journal my thoughts on whatever it is that is crossing my mind, or whatever it is that I'm doing, or whatever. You guys might have heard about such projects as NaNoWriMo, which is National Writing Novel Month or something like that, in which they encourage you to write an entire 90,000 word, I think, novel in 1 month, which I think is October or November. Then there is 30 characters in 30 days, which encourages character designers and illustrators, be them amateur or professional, to make 30 distinct character designs in the month of November. There are challenges where you're encouraged to make a mini comic in a week, a mini comic in 1 day, I think. There are several of these kinds of things. And the thing I've noticed is that by attaching these numbers to your project, you get to have this more palpable and more real sense of advancement in your project, which is something I really like, and I think it's really useful. I don't use it as much because I'm kind of not good with schedules and things like that, but I've noticed that when I do use these kinds of things, I get better results. For example, this podcast, as I said, and I did participate once in the 30 characters in 30 days challenge. I didn't finish it, but for as long as it lasted, it was great. And right now I find myself in this place where I want to start writing more, because I'm not really a writer right now. I am a visual storyteller in the sense that I can tell stories visually, but my experience is more in the telling other people's stories or other people's messages with visuals. And I've always made my own stories, but I've never written them down exactly in, for example, script mode, or made a novel that can actually be read or anything like that. So I'm starting to think that it would be good to start this kind of thing. Recently I read on medium.com, which is a new page by the creators, or one of the creators of Twitter and Blogger. He or she, I don't know, made this page which is kind of a Twitter for a longer text, which is really good. It looks awesome, it's great for a blog. And I'm starting to think that I want to make some sort of light novel in the way that I want to have images attached to some text and publish it there. The thing is, in this page in Medium, I read an article by some writer guy. I'll link in the description. He made this article talking about how he writes 1,500 words a day of fiction, and maybe even more of non-fiction, and why he does it, and how it works, and how he's derived so much from it. And I thought that was really cool. Maybe I won't go that far as to go for 1,500 a day, 1,500 words a day, but I do want to try something like that. Putting a number on this thing so that I can finish and say, look, I did this many words in a day or a week or a 2 day or whatever. Because I think that way it is easier for you to track down how much you've done, and to actually at the end of the day feel like you accomplished something. And that feeling of accomplishment might just push you forward, you know? So yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is you guys should try something like this, because if you haven't done it ever, you will see how much it can work to make you more motivated, to have this visible goal, this number that you can beat. It's really great. So anyway, I think that's it for this week. I want to thank Adrian Moreno, who's a friend of mine, for leaving a comment, and there was this guy, I think his name was Pascal, yeah, Pascal, and he left a comment for the podcast too. I want to thank them both. Thank you guys for the comments. I mean, 2 comments might not seem like much, but as I said earlier, I don't really have that big of an audience for this podcast, so 2 comments is really kind of a lot. So thanks, and until next time, see you later, guys. By the way, if you want to follow this, to subscribe basically to this podcast, you can do so by subscribing to my Tumblr, which is workingonstuff.tumblr.com, or my Facebook page, which you can search for by the name of Omar Ramirez, graph artist. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Bye.